Hey guys, so it's Top 5 Wednesday. Haven't done this in a hot second, but I liked the prompt for today and I had time today, so we're doing it. It's your top 5 nostalgic ships. And boy do I have some of those. Some of them are a little problematic. But really only one of them is really problematic. And that's only because of the queerbaitiness of it. But I had to put it on the list because of how hard I shipped it in high school. So bear with me. So coming in at number 5 is Steve and Bucky, or Stucky, or as I like to call it, Starbucks. I started shipping them when Winter Soldier came out, and Winter Soldier came out in 2014? So really only 4 years ago, which is why they're at number 5, because they're not super nostalgic, but I needed another ship that I actually really hardcore shipped /ship, because I still ship them, honestly. So I went with a more recent ship for this one, mainly because I ran out of ships from I didn't want to include too many queerbaity ships, because I shipped a lot of queerbaity ships when I was in high school. And then before that, in middle school, I only shipped, a couple of het ships, and, I could only remember 2 of those. I'm sure there was probably others, but, in middle school, I was like, no gay for me, please. I'm a good Christian, and I don't like that. And it's funny. Those 2 ships are actually on the list. They're the next 2 ships. But first, we gotta talk about Steve and Bucky for a minute. So Steve and Bucky, right? You kind of ship them in, the first Avenger if you, look real hard and really want to ship some people together. I mean, yeah, if you just watch the first Avenger, you're probably not gonna ship Steve and Bucky, right? But if you watch the fucking Winter Soldier, you come out of that movie and tell me that you're not gonna ship Steve and Bucky, alright? Just Steve's reaction to Bucky coming back, and just the whole fight at the end, and the whole I'm with you till the end of the line. I had buttons. I had matching buttons that said I'm with you till the end of the line. So, real big fan of them. Moving on to number 4, we have one of the middle school ships. It's Jack and Rose from Titanic. So I was real obsessed with Titanic in middle school. It's not even funny. I watched that movie so many times. I had the VHS, the 2 VHS copy of it. I think I still do. I think it's at my house. My old house. I don't have a VHS player, so I can't watch it. And I don't have a DVD of it. So, I can't relive the obsession anytime soon, unless I, want to find it online illegally. Because it's not on any streaming services, I don't think. But yeah, I was real obsessed with Titanic. And, in middle school, when I was, just getting into fan fiction, Jack and Rose fan fiction was, the first kind of fan fiction I read. Number 3 is my first OTP, and that is Luke and Mara from Star Wars. So Mara is from the extended universe. She's actually Luke's wife. In the books, they get married, and they have a son, and they name him Ben. And it's real cute. They're real cute. I love them. Maybe it was because I preferred Luke over Han that I shipped these 2 so much, because I know, the OG Star Wars ship is Han and Leia. And, I ship Han and Leia. They just didn't make the list because I'm never, obsessed about them. They were just always, side romance characters in the Luke and Mara fanfiction I would read. Number 2 is the most queerbaity ship of all. But boy, did I love this ship. And that is Dean and Castiel from Supernatural. Yes. I was a very, very hard Destiel shipper. And what can I say about them that really encapsulates how much I shipped them? I'm pretty sure that I had some original fandom music about them, because that was the thing that people did. They just wrote original songs about fandoms, and I was living for it. This was before I actually got into real music, because there was this weird time where I just listened to Christian rock, and then after that, I just listened to fandom music. After that, I just listened to fan mixes, which then was like, oh, I like this music. So I started listening to actual music. Yeah, that was my progression of listening to music. And like that second step where I just listened to fandom music, pretty sure Dean and Castiel took up a lot of that space. I watched the episodes that are the most queerbaity, meaning that they have the most Dean and Castiel content in them, a lot of times. So many times. And just, I read so much fan fiction, y'all. And like, Twist and Shout, the fan fiction Twist and Shout, like, if you have not read that, and you know of Dean and Castiel and Supernatural, like, I'm not saying you should read it, but like, it'll break your heart, fam. Like, especially if you actually are like, you're not reading it with the thought of like, oh wow, this is such a queerbaity ship. Like, why do people ship this? You're like, oh my god, I shipped this so hard. Like, I was. No, it fucking broke my heart. So, anyway, they're number 2. And number 1, my most nostalgic ship is Enjolras and Grantaire from Les Mis. I became obsessed with Les Mis in 2013. And remember how I mentioned that fandom music? This was near the end of that stage. But I still bought an entire album of Les Mis music. Not like music from the movie or the musical, or like, I didn't buy that music. I mean, I did buy that music. But like, this was like fandom music about Les Mis. And one of the songs was called Enjolras and Grantaire, an analytical essay. And I'm pretty sure if you played it for me, I could still sing all of the words. I love them so much still, but that doesn't even compare to how much I loved them then. And like, oh my god, y'all, Enjolras and Grantaire, like, I can quote pretty much all of their like shippy scenes. Like, of course, there's Be Serious, I Am Wild. And then, of course, there's fucking Do You Permit It, which fucking Grantaire asks Enjolras as when they're dying, and then they fucking die holding hands. They're compared to Achilles and Patroclus. They're also compared to Orestes and Pylades, which I think is how you pronounce their names. Please don't shoot me if I mispronounce their names, because I tried and I didn't want to look it up because I wanted to prove my Les Mis / Greek mythology knowledge. And anyway, Enjolras and Grantaire are like really the like first gay, not problematic ship that I had. And I say not problematic because like Victor Hugo wasn't trying to queerbait anybody. Like, I don't think he was, anyway. Like, he wasn't like, oh, here's some, like, homoerotic subtext, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. Like, it was the fucking 1800s. What was he gonna fucking do about it? Like, they died holding hands. That's enough for me. There's also the movie where fucking George Blagden, y'all, the MVP. The MVP. Okay, because not only did George Blagden, like, just portray Grantaire as in love with Enjolras, like, he wasn't even, like, shy about it. Like, it's there. It's in the movie. And then you go on his Twitter and, like, you look through the old tweets and you're like, yeah, he shipped Enjolras and Grantaire. And you want to know something that he did. The song I Will Follow You Into the Dark by Death Cab for Cutie is, like, the Enjolras and Grantaire song. And then fucking George Blagden takes this song, does a cover of it, changes the lyrics in the second verse to match Enjolras and Grantaire, and, like, releases it with a question mark as the title on YouTube. And I'm gonna see if I can remember the verse. It's like, and revolutionary school, as vicious as muse and rule, I got my feelings bruised by the leader and red, and I propped the bar as he told me, you're a good for nothing fool. And I heard every word that he said. And then the chorus goes. That's it, though. If you want to look it up, just look up George Blagden and I Will Follow You Into the Dark cover. But those are the lyrics that he changed. And, like, come on, y'all. Come on. Like, I just love them so much. Those are my top 5 nostalgic ships. The raw footage of this video is 25 minutes long. I went a little overboard. Hopefully, I can get it down to 10 minutes, but we shall see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this rambly video, and I'll see you in the next one.